So you probably know a game called Little Company, right? And the inventory system that they have. Today we're gonna try to recreate it because I want this inventory system in my horror game, right? But I couldn't find any tutorials on YouTube how to make it and how to, do it. So today we're gonna actually make it from scratch and I will show you how to do it. So let's just get into it. Inventory system, I just lost it. Right there. And we're gonna create some folders into it. So first one will be widgets, so all the UI and stuff, structures, and another one called items. All the items, all the variables and widgets. Now go to blueprint class and create an actor. This will be the item master. So it's basically all the parent, the parent of the items. Now let's create a actor component, so everything is so efficient, let's call it inventory system. So yeah, we're gonna do some casting, but not much, just a little bit, just one time, because I was too lazy to do it. So let's go into AC inventory and we're gonna create some variables, not variables but functions. So this will be first one, pick up, so we're just gonna pick it up. Then we're gonna add to inventory, so we're gonna add the item to our inventory, and we're gonna do mouse wheel up and mouse wheel down. So let's start probably with the mouse wheel up. So for the mouse wheel up, we're gonna create some variables. So let's do a max slot, now selected slot. So this selected is going to be all integers. Now we're gonna do a branch. So let's do a condition. We're gonna do if the selected slot equals to the max slot. So basically, for example, our max slot will be 5. Just write it 5. So if the selected slot is 5, then it's not going to do anything. Do a little cheeky move. We're gonna select and we're gonna increment it. So whenever we scroll, we're just gonna add 1 to it. Now here we're gonna do a comment called selected slot, because we're gonna actually add the function right there. So now let's do mouse wheel down. It's the same concept basically. Get that does equal to 0 and plug that in. And if it's false, we're gonna decrement. So basically we're gonna take out, and once again right here will be our function. So just remember, to put it there. Now to add item to our inventory, this will be a little bit complicated, so we have to go into our BP item. I just go into that, and we're gonna add some components called mesh, a static mesh, and click on the static mesh, add collision. And you can choose a box, collision, capsule, or sphere. I would choose the capsule one because I would choose the sphere one because it's easier to work with, and set it to default. Don't change anything. Let's go to event graph, click on the sphere, scroll down, there should be begin overlap and overlap. So this is where we're gonna pick it up, right from the other actors. Let's do get component by class. So this is a way to avoid casting. So I think this is not casting, I don't know. I know it's better. Does implement an interface, we're gonna add that later. Let's do a branch. Right now it should do false because it doesn't implement anything. Now from this one, we're gonna get player controller, and we are going to enable input right there. You don't really have to do it, but just in case, just do it. Yeah, just in case, and plug that into player controller. Copy all of these 3 nodes, paste that there, plug it in, bam. We are not done yet because we have to go back to the AC inventory, create a variable called item. So actually let's call it BP item master, and it's going to be a variable type item master. Bam. Object reference. Now let's go back, and from the begin overlap we're gonna set item or set BP item. Now after enabling the input to self, so it should look like this. So basically you're getting the component, and does the component implement?
Nobody cares.
For end overlap, it's kind of the same concept except get a BP item, and we're gonna do does it equal, this should be the B1, does self equal to the BP item, and you can see it does when you overlap, so it's going to be true on this branch, and we are going to set BP item to none, I guess, none, so it shouldn't be set, so it looks like this, right? Of course, just plug this in somewhere, so let's just plug it in after this branch. Yep, like that. So now we need actually an interface, so let's create an interface. Go to blueprints interface, BPI, let's call it pickup, open that up, let's call this if add item. Let's have an input called an actor. You don't really need to do this, but just do it, I guess. Just do it. It's not obligated. So now let's go to the interface and plug in the BPI pickup. This one, BPI, that in. Now let's go back to this inventory system, go to the class settings and add the input. Just like that. It shouldn't change anything, but now it works. Now you can pick up stuff. So going back to the item master, we're gonna add a variable. But first things first. So now let's go and create a structure. So let's go into the structure folder, go to blueprints and the structure. Let's call it st item info. Open that up, and we're gonna create some variables. So click on add variables and let's do name. What else? Let's do description, why not? And the most important, item icons, or icons, sorry. Let's do item state, I guess, that's how you call it. And another one, item class. So most important things are item class and item icon. So it's quite obligated. So name will be text, description a text, item icon, texture 2D. State, just leave it blank for now, or actually, yeah, just leave it blank. Item class will be actor, and it's going to be the purple one, class reference. And you may ask why I left the item state empty, because we need to create an enumeration. So let's create another folder called enums, open that up, because later we're gonna add some more, that's why I'm creating a folder for it. Let's call it item state. Open that up, and this will be consumable, weapon, and for example gear. Now we can go back, do an e state, no, not an e state, e item state, and bam. Now going back to the item master, add a variable called st item info, find st item info. Bam, categorize it if you want to, item info, instance editable, expose and spawn. So now you can add stuff to it, but just leave it blank. Wait. My bad, going back, go back to the st item info. I did texture 2D, right? But I did an array accidentally, so go to change it back, so now it should, yeah, now it should look normal. So now you can add images to it. My bad. So that's basically done. We have it right there. Now we're gonna go back to the AC inventory and create the add to inventory. Let's create a variable. Let's call it item info array, and it's going to be st item info. And by the name, it's going to be array, not a single one. So we're gonna get the array and just get that. Now you can see we need an integer that's gonna be a selected one, so we're just gonna select it from the item array. And thing is, click on the item array and create how many slots you want. There should be 5, so from 0 counted. Count the 0 as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just do that. After getting that, right, we're gonna break it. So basically breaking means
nobody cares.
so basically now we can get the class info, right, is valid. Do a branch, log condition, plug that in. So now gonna start difficult stuff. So click on the function right there. Add an input, let's call it a picked up item. That's going to be st item info. Once again, we are going to break that, and that's gonna go here. And let's create a nice readout. And from this pin, we're gonna do set array element. You may ask why. I have no idea, just do it, okay? And the index will be selected sort. Target array will be the one we created, and now it should not go from true, it should go from false, by the way. So just drag it out from false, and from the true it's going to spawn. So basically if you have an item in that slot, for example in the first slot, then it's going to replace it basically. So it's gonna drop the item in the inventory and replace it with the picked up.
Keep yapping, man.
So the class will be this one. So make a reroute so it looks beautiful, just like me. And the execute pin will go in here. So it should look like this. And you may ask, oh, how about the spawn transfer? That's what the casting comes in. This is the part that I kind of didn't figure out. So you could probably do with interfaces, I don't know. So we're gonna go to event graph, we're gonna do event begin, we're gonna do some casty. So first person, was it? No, master player. So first person character or third person. Get pawn, get player pawn, just like that. And yes, casting is really bad, but if you know a way to not cast, please comment it down below. I want to hear your thoughts, okay? So take it, and now we actually need an arrow. So go to first person character. Or you can actually calculate probably without casting, like calculate the get actor location. No, no. So go to first person character, go to viewport, and add a component called arrow, and this will be, for example, drop zone or something like that. And drag it up, so it's gonna drop right there in front of you. So now going back, we're gonna get the arrow, get arrow, or get drop zone. I think that's how I called it. Yes. Get world location and plug it into the location. Yeah, probably not the best way, but everything else is hopefully efficient, I guess. I don't know. So now what we need is slot icon. So right here we're gonna set the slot icon. So comment that. And yes, this episode is very long. Forgive me. I'm trying to be fast, but I'm not fast enough. Okay. Now let's go to F pickup. Let's get item master is valid. Just in case, you know. If you don't put it, it's not. I mean, it's going to work, but you know, just in case. And let's do. Where is it? Gonna add it, and this pickup, right, we'll get it from the BP item master. So item info, just get that, plug it in, and after that we're gonna destroy. Oh, okay, fine, just get that and destroy, and bam. Now we have to just create the widget for it, and we are basically done. So there's two ways to create the inventory. One of the ways is, what the fuck is that? One of the ways is to make it in one folder, but I'm not going to do that. What we're gonna do is create a user interface and call this widget blueprint HUD. That's one. Now duplicate that, and let's call it widget blueprint slot. We are not going to create it in one because then it's, you know, then it's bad. So let's go into the slot. Let's have a canvas, plug that in. Let's have a button, and let's have an image. I'm taking the button because I think it's easier to work with. We are not gonna click on it, but you know. So now it should not be inside, so just plug that in out. So the button will be 90 by 90. The image will be 80 by 80. And you may ask, oh, well, why you create the button bigger than the image? Because listen, kid, listen to your dad, okay? Because when you, for example, click on the button, right, you press 2, it shows in the inventory, right? It's going to like gray it out basically, so that's why I like that. So go to hover, go to style, normal. There should be draw as, select to and select it as a box. So now you can see it's like a box, and that's it. Yep, that's all the magic. Compile, go to HUD. Now the magic will begin. We're gonna have a horizontal box, horizontal. Oh no, sorry, it's going to have a canvas panel. We're gonna have a horizontal box, plug that in, and let's put it not in the middle, like that. Reset everything, alignment 0.5 by 0.5, so it's like in the middle. Move the position of Y somewhere there. Now let's search for the slots, right there you can see. Plug that in, so 1, and just duplicate, like, so there's like 5 slots. I think we did 5 slots, yeah. And you can see it's not in the middle, so size to content. Bam, look at that beauty, man. Now there is not, so click on one slot and let's do the padding of 10. Nope, let's do 5, and basically copy for everything. 5, this will be 5 as well, and this one 5. So you can see it looks quite okay. So now we actually need to interact with them. So we have to create some knowledge. So this will be quite hard for new beginners, but hopefully just follow along with the tutorial and you will understand everything. Trust me, I'm the best teacher. Let's do a custom event called selected slot, and right here we're gonna have integer. So this will be called slot num, and it's going to be an integer, and we're gonna do switch on int. Right click, not right click, add a pin, then right click on the default, remove the default, and add 5. So that should be 5 because you have 5 slots. If you have like 6, 7, 8, 9, add 9. Okay, now we're gonna, from the first one, no, actually let's just grab the slot. Let's grab first one. Let's button, just get button. From the button, set style. So we're gonna set style for each button. So now from the style, we're gonna promote that into a variable, call it item style. So actually rename it to default style. Sorry, it should be default style, not style 1. So right like that. Then basically just copy it and paste it. So copy paste everything except the slots on it. So just copy paste, and now you can see there's the slot, then there should be the slot 1, so just replace it. So delete, replace. I know it looks sketchy, guys, but trust. So the last one plug it in, bam. So the first one should be VB slot, second one VB slot 1, VB slot 2, VB slot 3, and VB slot 4. So this is how it should look like. After the default slot, by the way, default slot should be, if you go to style, should be normal. Everything should be default. Now we're gonna copy the first one and paste it. Paste that here. Delete the default slot and promote it into a variable called style1, like that. The style1 will be a little bit grayish, so compile, go to style1, go to normal, and put the tint as a little bit like gray, something along these lines. So this is when you're gonna select the slot. So now again, copy, paste everything. Same concept, okay, same concept. Place everything, by the way. Because if you don't replace, it's not going to actually work. It just have it works, okay? So, because these are individual slots. Bam. Now, we have this one, right? Now let's go into, let's have another custom event. And this will be called slot icon. So this will generate a slot icon basically. So let's do once again selected slot, and second one will be texture, and this will be texture to the object reference like that. Once again, it's going to be switch on end. So we are doing switch on end because it's going to select the slot. You know, for each slot, it's going to do something different. Not really different, but you get the point. So get the first one, get the first slot. Now let's do the image now. So get image, set brush from texture. So this one, texture will go into the texture. This one will go into the 0, just like that. Bam. So now copy paste it 4 more times. So this is really fun, just like that. Now let's plug everything inside. So just pluggy, everything's cool. I don't know how to count anymore, so just plug another one. Oh wait, no, what the fuck? There's an imposter among us. What the fuck? Delete that. Delete that. So now drag in the textures as well, so it should look like this. Bam. Now once again different slots, so VB slot 1, VB slot 2, and for each slot it should be from 0 to 4. Remember, for each slot, because if you, for example, put if you put the third slot in the first one, it's going to glitch out and stuff, so just don't do that, okay? So now it looks like this, right? It should look like this. So now let's go into our AC inventory, go to mouse wheel up, and first things first, let's go into our BP first person, go to event graph, just create a sequence. It's really messy, okay? Just don't judge me. Create a widget, right? Do the HUD, so VG HUD, I renamed because I already have one, so now I will have to, and add to viewport, and remember to actually promote that into a variable, so let's call it VG blueprint inventory. I know this is not really efficient, you probably should create this in, yeah, actually let's copy this, right? Let's copy that. Let's go into our AC inventory and let's create another function called create inventory, and just plug everything that we just created right there in, right? And promote that into a variable, and bam. Now we can go to first person, add a component called AC inventory, this one, plug that in. Let's do create inventory, and whoopalala, we can delete this one. And now going back to the AC inventory, go back to the mouse wheel up, drag out the widget blueprint inventory, and let's do selected slot, plug that in, and the slot number will be this one that we incremented. So just copy these 2 nodes, go to view down, and it's the same thing, so same thing, copy and paste. Now let's go to the add to inventory. This will be a slot icon, so the texture will come from the SD item info, selected slot from the selected slot, and that's it. So if we go into and play, let's test it out. You can see it doesn't actually work, but we can see the inventory and stuff. So you may ask, oh, why it's not working? Go to your first person, find a free spot, do a mouse wheel up, do mouse wheel up, do mouse wheel down, these ones, and just take the inventory system, mouse wheel up, it's the same thing. So you can see no casting, so this is really efficient, not super efficient, but get one. So now let's test out. Let's test out. You can see it doesn't actually work because I was stupid. You may ask, huh, how were you stupid? Going back to the HUD inventory, right, where we did all this mess, it's going to hurt me more than you, but it's going to work, because every single button right here, you can see we have to select to this one. So basically from the first one select it to the second one, from the first one go to the third one, and so on. So first one, third one, first one, fourth. Now from the second button, go to the first one, go to the third one, go to the fourth one. So these are, by the way, we are setting to normal ones. Now again, from the third one going to this, no, from the third one going to the second one, going to the first one, going to the fourth one. From the fourth one to the third one. Oh, that's the fifth one. Oh, but you get the point, right? And now from the fifth one, we are going to the fourth one, third one, second one, and first one. Now if we test it out, you can see now it works. Now you can see, okay, we have a bug right there. So we didn't actually connect something. Let's check it out. What did we not connect? Fuck. So I think I didn't select the fifth one. So now you can see it actually works. Everything works perfectly fine. Now for the pickupping, I'm quite scared. So let's go into inventory system. Right click on the item master, create a child. Let's call this BP wood, for example. I don't know. Just call it whatever. Or woof. Okay, woof. Static mesh. Let's select some like a cube or something like that. The sphere should be bigger than the cube, so 120 maybe. Okay, let's downscale the cube. So 1004. Jesus Christ, you can see it should look like this. So if we drag it out, bam. So now let's add it. Let's add images to it. So I'll go to self. It should be in item info. Let's have a name of, for example, wood. Crafting. I don't know. Let's have an icon of, I don't know, like this thing. I don't know. It's a consumable. Item class should be itself. So it should be BP woof. This one. This is for dropping. That's why. So let's have two of them. If we play, go up to it, press F. Oh, I didn't. Oh. So before we actually play, we have to go to our first person and actually do the key to actually pick up. So let's do, for example, I guess X, because my F key is kind of taken. So let's do an X key. You can do F or whatever. Take the inventory system and do in pickup. So now if we play, it should technically work. If we press X, you can see now we have in our inventory a little face, and now you have two faces. We cannot drop them. I'm gonna probably plug a video out later. So if you, for example, select this one, goes into that one, and if you select this one, you can see it just dropped it. So it's like chilling. You can see dropped. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. This is, I think, never done before on YouTube, so here you go. You have a fucking tutorial how to make a stupid ass inventory system.